Alright, this tips video is for lesson 23, the tip calculator. So, first thing I have on the screen here is I've typed the code exactly as it's seen right here, what you guys see in the instructions. And I'm going to go ahead and run it to see what it does. Hello, this is a tip calculator. Enter the total of your bill. Well, let's say I spent $45. Or I should say I ordered $45 worth of food. And it says, yikes, you must have ordered the most expensive entree. Okay, here are some options for a tip. A 10% tip is $4.50. So, and then it finishes. But you know what? It's not complete because it says, okay, here are some options for a tip. And so what I want you guys to do is add to this code so that it not only calculates the 10% tip and informs the user of that, but it also calculates, right over here I said, a 15% tip and a 30%. So three options. Oops, I said 30, I meant 20% tip. So the three options are 10, 15, and 20%. Alright, now before you start doing that, there's one other thing, there's a new thing that we're looking at. And that's this line with the word float. We haven't used float for that type of input, that type of a variable. And so what that means is it's a floating point. It means a decimal place. So the user can type in a decimal instead of just an integer. Because in this case, if we're going to have them typing in a bill, the total of their bill, most bills are not rounded evenly to an integer. So we want to let them type in a decimal point and have some cents after the number, dollars and cents. And that's what the float does. So the three types of variable that we've learned, variable typing, is, I'm going to go back here. Okay, is that one, and that one is, and I guess I would get rid of that parenthesis and get rid of the end one. That's for string type, like text, right? Then we've learned int for integers, and now we just learned the new one is float. So those are the three key types of variables that we use in programming. And float just means a decimal can be used. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to pause the video, then I'm going to rerun the video to show you what it should look like when you get it right, but I don't want to show you the code. So I'll probably hide the code, and then I will run it. Alright, I've updated mine. Let's hit run. And let's do 45 again. Yikes, you must have ordered the most expensive entree. Okay, here's the options for a tip. 10% is $4.50, a 15% is $6.75, and a 20% is $9. So, it's working. And this is what I want you guys to modify your code so that it gives the user all three instead of just the 10%. Okay, and then, so for those of you doing the regular credit, that's all you need to know. There's where you're going to go. Now, for those people doing the honors credit, I'm going to talk about, here, I'll pause the video, I'm going to fix my code, and then I'll run my code to show you what it should look like for the honors credit. Alright, for the honors credit, here's what it'll look like when you run it, or something like this. It doesn't have to be worded exactly the same. Alright, the total for your bill, I'll say $50. Okay. Here are some options for a tip, a 10, a 15, and a 20% tip. Or there's this. If none of these are the percent you want, what percent would you like? Well, I'm going to say, I'll be a big spender. I'll go 25%. 25% tip is $12.50. Alright, so this is the additional code that you guys are going to add at the end. So allow the user to enter whatever they want. And in this case, I entered 25. Which is something different than the 10, 15, or 20. Let's run it one more time. If I use 10, it makes it real easy, because then you could do the math in your head and make sure that it's calculating properly. Because you'd agree, 10% of $10 is $1, 15, $1.50, and 20 is $2. So then if I were to put in 18% tip, it should be, oh wow, look at that, it rounds it. Cool. An 18% tip is, I'll show you guys in another video how to truncate that. Cool.